Do you know what's the worst part of a relationship is? It's the breakup, the aftermath. It's the fact that you gotta live with the rest of your life, remembering the good and the bad times. After everything's said and done, and one by one, the people around you start to find out. Hopefully you come out of it alive and you try and move on without them. The familial relationships or the promised plans that you once held dear is now liberated from you. There should be this final hurrah, right? It should be glorious, right? I should be happy I'm free, right? Like, I don't want you anymore. You were no good to me. I gave up everything for you. How could I ever love someone like you? Am I such a fool to have thought this could have ever worked out? But with liberation comes this emptiness that no one ever talks about. My day-to-day routine is becoming so familiar yet so disjointed. Even brushing my teeth feels different somehow. Oh shit. It's been a year since divorcing my ex-wife. A few of my friends told me to move on, but to be honest, I don't know how. I'm too terrified to talk to anyone about it, let alone think about searching for a life partner. And for the longest time, I thought that maybe it was for the better. Maybe being cheated on and abused had made me too terrified and bitter to even entertain the idea of me having a life partner. But what does that mean for me? And how do I want to show up in the world? I figured that I wanted to be kind, patient, and forgiving. And just a pleasure to be around. But God, I'm so scared. What if I become too vulnerable and make a fool out of myself again? Will I still have my pride? As much as I wanted time to stop for me, life goes on. Ever since then, I still have lingering emotional scars of guilt and shame that starts to boil up every time I simply try to talk to somebody, especially if it was with a female. Because I was naturally friendly with people, I was weighed down by the thoughts of insecurity from my ex. And as much as I wanted to provide more reassurance and security, nothing but, I don't like your friends, especially your female friends, and you never hang out with me anymore, continued to play out. Even though I spent a significant amount of my time and consideration on her, I succumbed to this radical idea that I needed to stop making friends and just keep everything surface level with everyone. But after this whole debacle fell over, I had an intense realization that it was okay to make new friends. And so what if I enjoyed their company? I don't have to feel guilty over that. I suppose I want to continue to believe that love is a choice and that a life partner is nurtured. And no matter what, having faith and preserving the sacred bond was key. So I met this wonderful person. Her name is Jen. I found out that she's not from around here. Apparently, she grew up in Florida and somehow landed here in California. She wants to become a doctor, and if I remember correctly, she wanted to become a pediatrician. She ties up her hair in this bow that I find pretty, and she has this smile that is so adorable. She has this calm nature about her that reminds me that life isn't as complicated as I make it out to be. She's a gamer that plays Stardew Valley. Seems kind of sus. Well, anyway, apparently she's going to Ohio in late May to continue her studies. Should I ask her to go on a date? I mean, it shouldn't hurt, right? What's the worst that can happen? Well, I'm back, and she said yes. I didn't think I'd make it this far, but I was thinking about doing one of those go-kart tours that I see around San Francisco. From prior conversations, she told me that she's been to Baker's Beach, which is known to be a nude beach, which was pretty hilarious because she didn't know what she was getting herself into. Alright guys, today's the day. All that she knows is that we're going to San Francisco and that I'm driving. I'm hoping that she's excited as I am. I definitely didn't get any good sleep last night. That's because I felt like a grade school kid excited for their field trip. Embarrassing to admit, but that's between us, okay? What else? All that I know is that so the plan is simple. We pick her up, drive to San Francisco safely, and then go on this go-kart tour, which would take approximately like 4 hours, and hopefully get back in time for her dinner around 7. Yeah, as stuff, check the weather. It's gonna be super windy, so I got a spare jacket for her. Hopefully that's not needed, but yeah. All right, let's go. Hey. Does it remind you of New York because you're walking around everywhere?
Yeah, in that sense. But New York, it's like a lot of tall buildings.
Tall buildings.
Well, like wiped out on a scooter.
Oh.
I didn't think okay. But I was like, wow, that's rough.
That's rough, funny. Yeah, it's like super cute. And you're gonna ride one.
Yeah. I'm excited. Look at them.
Look at that.
Let's go, Sam.
Greatest car in front of us.
Go on.
Going to the pier.
San Francisco, and attracts 10.5 million people a year. Shortly after the 1989 earthquake, and for no apparent reason, a colony of sea lions appeared on the docks. They've made it their home and amused the crowds with their antics.
Okay, is that Alcatraz?
That used to be a prison over there.
Oh, would you look at that?
Look at that.
It's a real sight to see.
Yeah, real sight to see. It reminds me of Vietnam. This reminds me of Vietnam.
Reminds you?
This cold bar right here.
Visitors to San Francisco flock here to Fisherman's Wharf for family entertainment. And as you see, Jefferson Street is lined with a variety of attractions. But rarely do you see a native San Franciscan in these parts.
Whoa.
Chocolate. What kind of chocolate you like?
Chocolate?
I mean, I can't eat chocolate, you know,
Oh no, I forgot.
because it has milk, most of them.
That's a good
I could
point.
probably eat like dark chocolate that's 75 calories.
Dense ones.
Yeah, that one.
Like that?
Yeah, 72 is like my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Like die?
No. Tastes like chalk, maybe. I guess it's so good, but I like it. I could probably get that one, and then you could try.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, you're not gonna die.
Yeah. I promise.
You see so.
Promise.
Oh my god, gotta squeeze it in there.
Look at that.
Hell yeah, we still have plenty of space.
Yeah. Yeah, if it closes, it works. That's essentially the idea.
I have space for like 2 more.
2 more. Being very generous. Yeah,
Do this.
Yeah. How's your packing skills?
Oh my god. Pressure's on.
The pressure is on. Alright, we're gonna count later how many you got.
How many are you here?
Yeah.
I'm determined to maximize this.
Yeah. You gotta find the derivative. And where the derivative equals.
Derivative equals 0?
Yeah.
The limit doesn't exist?
Does it exist? The limit doesn't exist.
The limit doesn't exist?
I'm sorry, it's a non-continuous function.
Okay. Dude. Hell yes. There's this one. Alright, let's see who closes.
Okay.
That's a real test.
Yeah. Bam. Hell yeah. Yes.
We're counting this later.
All right, for sure.
Our little go-kart.
Oh, another go-kart, yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's not ticketed. Imagine.
Oh, bro.
I'll be mad. That's just only 30 minutes. That was even, yeah.
Like, 20.
For real. Okay. Okay. The truth will come in due time. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay, can we open the trunk?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's been a long time since I can remember that I actually enjoyed getting to know somebody. Taking someone along for the ride around San Francisco was definitely the change of pace that I thought I wasn't ready for. I felt so lost, and I couldn't stop thinking about the existential dread that clouded my mind. What was really comforting was that she didn't really judge me when I asked weird questions like, "Do you fear death?" She just responded with, "Gosh, it's such a loaded question, but yeah, I think it's natural to be afraid of death." I guess the idea of being ready is more of an idea that keeps us stuck than free. Another trek. You ready? Yeah. Let's do it. Whoa, what's that?
Oh my god, that's straight up turtle.
That's a straight turtle. Turtle. Do you like nature?
I like nature.
You like nature? Nature's nice. Yeah. There's a duck. I see a duck, duck, goose. That's a duck. Almost fooled me. Almost fooled me, duck. Unboxing, yeah.
Milk chocolate square.
The 72% cacao. Let's go. 72%.
I'm done. Ooh, gross.
Mmm. You know, it's good. You're just gonna be like, oh, it's so bitter. Okay, hold on.
I'll crumble over.
Okay. Oh no. Do you like bitter stuff?
I like coffee.
Coffee is pretty bitter.
Well, let's put a little sugar in it. So, does it count?
I don't think so.
I like bitter melon.
Bitter melon? Still that bitter melon soup?
Soup?
Bitter melon soup?
I've never had a soup one.
Wait, what?
They're stir fry.
Oh. It's a parent. I mean, I think a parent. By the way, no, it's past you. Right here.
I wasn't expecting it to be the last shoulder.
Yeah.
Even like in a tree.
Yeah, for real. That's crazy.
That was crazy.
I wonder how well it's trained just to like.
He's just chilling there. I'm surprised. I feel like birds will just fly away, right? Oh, there's a duck.
Duck. Duck-kun. Duck-kun. Pretty good. Okay, now your turn to try the dark chocolate.
Whoa,
Yeah?
that was pretty bitter. It's actually pretty good though.
Okay. Hell yeah.
It's overwhelmingly terrible.
Yeah.
You can take the rest though.
Do you think about the future sometimes?
Sure, as in
As in like your whole life future?
my future. Hopefully, I'm still climbing.
Climbing?
Climbing.
Climbing. Yeah. I don't know.
What do you think?
I feel like it's so far in the future that I can't comprehend. Like, there's so many things that could happen and go wrong.
I feel like every year there's like so much that could happen.
Yeah,
It change a lot.
for real. Circumstances, you know,
Yeah.
circumstances, just life.
4 years is a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. Ohio?
Ohio?
Ohio? Yeah, that's like 20 TAM years, you know?
20 Sammy.
I think so. No, I'm serious.
20 Tam years?
Yeah. I'll be old.
Oh, you're only like 4 years older than me.
Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 4 years, like 20 TAM years, man. Dude.
Stop growing old.
Yeah, I wish I could just like stay trapped in time, you know?
Still. Let's go. Go.
Did it. 0.2 miles. Woo. Yeah, ready? You ready? No showing. No. I kind of broken it. We are headed to the final part of our tour, and in a blink of an eye, it was about to be all over. At this point, I wondered if Jen actually enjoyed our small adventure as much as I did. Before this date, mentally, I felt like I'd experienced enough pain for an entire lifetime, and I embrace the idea that I can die now and be totally okay. But after this date, I've come to the realization that a fulfilling life is being able to experience the full range of emotions, and if I continue to view my life through the lens of suffering, that will be all that I see. There's so much more to life than suffering. I've been trying to be more present in my day-to-day interactions and let go of limiting thoughts and ideas so that I can allow myself to act intentionally. And I think it's been a blessing. Do you ever wonder how even the smallest interactions can affect someone's life? Because I do all the time. Maybe even smiling at a stranger or taking the chance to ask someone out and planning something special can make someone's day. I believe everything has a funny way of working out in the end. It just goes to show how special you really are. Thank you, Jen, for coming into my life and accepting me for who I am. You were the light that I needed, that allowed me to see that there's so much more life than meets the eye. And for that, I'll forever be grateful. I will miss you, Jen. And good luck in Ohio. Until we meet again. Oh, yes.
Okay, well, that should be good.
Okay.
I'll put it in here for now.
Yeah.
Soup.
Soup.
Good soup.
Oh, hell yeah. It's warm and toasty.
It is warm and toasty. Let me see this steam.
Nice.
Yes. My first San Francisco bread bowl.
Yes. Clam chowder.
Delicious. Also a great temperature.
Yeah, full day of sightseeing.
Of adventure. Here,
Adventure.
there's another spoon.
Okay.
How was it?
Yeah, that one's good. That one's so good. Okay. And you know what my breaks are. I love you guys. Take care now.